much more. Hit me like a flashing light I never knew before. Follow me to the promised land, where the drinks are free and we understand that we're beautiful cause we're here alive, and no one leaves here lonely tonight. Follow me, promised land. Baby, I got what you need, been where you are before. Broke my chain so long ago and still have ways to go. But I got my map in hand, one of the few who know. If you fall, I'll carry you, so we don't miss the show. Follow me to the promised land, where the drinks are free and we understand that we're beautiful cause we're here alive, and no one leaves here lonely tonight. Follow me, promised land. Follow me, promised land. You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming. Think we want something from you, you got another thing coming. Follow me to the promised land, where the drinks are free and we understand that we're beautiful cause we're here alive, and no one leaves here lonely tonight. Follow me, promised land. Follow me, promised land. You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Our special guest is
show.
we're showing a little bit of music video. Welcome to the Fool's Journey. It is Monday night again. I've
the way
made
to
some
do
room
it,
for our
man.
special guest, so you can see that my microphone is in the center. But yeah, what's up, Bryan? How you doing?
I'm rocking on that, man. Well, I'm so excited. You know, it's like we've had some pretty good music on this show, man. A couple of really, really talented people, and man, I'm really just stoked to have Jesse on the show, and like I love that video. It was amazing. So
Totally cool. Totally cool.
We'll come in here in a second or two and give him the rock star treatment and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him here. So that's really, really great.
Totally.
You know, this is kind of a momentous show, actually, and I had Jesse on this particular show for a reason. It's the King of Cups, and then this will be the show that we end the weekly card per card thing. And next week we're going to go into a mega marathon. I think I can get it into 2 hours. We're going to do the entire suit of swords and the entire suit of pentacles, and wrap up the Fool's Journey. At least with the cards and
the tarot deck, yeah.
Then we'll do a follow-up. I'm gonna put paper the whole wall, and we'll draw out the Fool's Journey from beginning to end. I think that should be pretty fun. And then it's time for the angels, man. The angels are around already, and
they're coming through, man. They're really coming through.
Super stoked. So
that's
awesome. The King of Cups is also, we'll talk about this in a minute, but he's the king of creativity. So
yeah,
it's apropos to have
I think that's actually perfect. And he's actually here with me, waiting to come on. And he certainly is the king of creativity. I don't know. He was here with me a second ago. But here he is. Welcome to the Fool's Journey, Jesse Blaze Snider. What's up,
Jesse?
my friend?
Happy to have you, man.
Everyone? What's happening, man?
So happy to have you, my brother. It's really, it kind of comes full circle because you guys kind of kicked this show off. When the new decks came out, you had me on with the other deck a while back, and then when the new decks came out, you both like were really kind to have me on your show and introduce those, and that's kind of how Zinn and I kicked off doing this. So
Better than that, I bought 4 of them for Christmas presents for my all the ladies in my life.
woohoo! Yeah, you yeah, we just sent a nice little package off to just last week. So I hope everybody got it and was happy. And
well, now we've got that. That's that new one. That was for my mom.
Exactly.
But prior to this,
I didn't like it.
Oh yeah. Well, my sister-in-laws and my sister, and they all loved their decks. And Julie loves her deck. I use her deck every now and then.
Excellent. Well, that's what I really wanted to kind of pick your brain about tonight, man. I haven't really talked to you a lot since you guys bought the deck and sort of launched it off. I'd love to hear, what experience you've had. I know you were kind of really getting into deep into reading, and just wanted to see what's transpired since last time we got together with your practice.
Well, when you take like let's say magic mushrooms and stare at a wall with like a little bit of texture to it, within the wall your brain can put together all these like dots of connection to all the things. Very interesting thing to do, as you can see all these different patterns connect together in various ways that your mind can cope with. So there's a similar thing that goes on without the need for psychedelic drugs in your art, because within every image, in every card, your eye can focus, like they're all kind of bandwidth, to some degrees.
Don't you kind of find that like where you go is kind of dependent on your emotional landscape?
Exactly. You key in on what you need to key in on, and it's really brilliant, Bryan. I think they're so elegant and mystical and stuff. I think I told you last time I'm like super picky when it comes to my aesthetic of things, and I hate that I have to do so many of these things myself these days because like I'm not as good as I like to be. But the aesthetic of your cards is like just so beautiful.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you've enjoyed them.
They're really cool.
Any readings that particularly stuck out to you as like, wow, man, that was really right on?
I can't remember, but I mean, that's all my cards. So, it's just like the cards are just really, really good. And I've remembered reading the thing going, oh, how interesting. Your approach to these things, is I know you channeled it. So the approach that was brought to the messages was very maybe proactive kind of thing, or like is really bent in the right way. I really liked how the information was being put to you.
Well, the whole scope of the show, the Fool's Journey is not something I made up. That's usually considered the first 22 cards, the major arcana. And that's an initiation, a step-by-step initiation, which we went through. The thing that was kind of different about this and the way I approached this deck and the manual to that was to extend that out through the minor arcana as well. And like each one of those cards became like a living, sort of breathing part of the Fool's Journey as well. And the show after next, I'm going to put up on the wall a huge piece of paper, and I'm going to draw out from beginning to end of the whole deck, the Fool's Journey. And like, because it made it so much easier. It became a connected story that was really easier to remember rather than just random cards. Like the Fool starts off with all this like viv and verb and like this open-minded, open-hearted, like look to the future, even though he doesn't know it's going to work out. He knows it's going to work out. And then the first person he meets is a magician. He gets his occult skills. And then the second person he meets is the priestess, and he gets his intuitive abilities and the cards and the empress. And he learns about like love and everything good in the world, and on and on and on and on. And it just makes it this like concise little story that like makes it easy to hold on to for me.
Yeah, I wanted to say one. I've got a Fool tarot card on my key ring, and the Fool card is like the trump card. You know, recently I was meditating and I had this like vision of being unendingly ideal, and basically talking to somebody, one of the people in my life, you know, who can be negative towards me, and they went "Rah, rah, rah," and I went, well, how about this? And they went "Rah, rah, rah," and I went, well, how about this? You know, and then, "Rah, rah, rah," you know, and I is unfailingly optimistic, you know, like water, and you know, adjusting, and that is the Fool.
Exactly. You know, in the original Rider Waite deck, it's you know, it's a guy like with one of the old hobo's pouches with on a stick, right? And he's got this little dog, and the little dog is just yapping at him, and he's like walking off on this path, and there's a cliff over here, and there's rocks stub his toe, but he's just looking up, going, sunset, let's go. You know, and it's a great way to approach anything. Well,
I'm gonna
any
remember.
new endeavor.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, sunshine. You know, but you know, you're going to learn a new skill, any kind of like a teaching school kind of thing, a new business that you're starting into, you know, and you're just kind of diving in. It's, you know, it's such a perfect card to represent that the perfect mindset to go into those with, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, Bryan, let's do this. I've decided. You gotta help me out here, man. You gotta explain to me what's going on. My mother is September 16th birthday.
Okay.
I'm September 19th. My lucky number's always been 16. Eventually, after I associated my lucky number with my marriage and so many other things, I realized that the 16 was the Tower card. And I was I in my deck, I have an Akashic Records tarot deck, and in my deck, it's called "Caught in the Ruins," and it like definitively describes kind of what I was going through with my wife, but it also describes what I'm going through with my mother, and I'm literally being haunted by the number right now. And I'm like, I love them. I forgive them. Everything's like, no, it's like everything's cool. No layer, like no big deal. I never got upset, you know. But like, I'm taking a little space from them. Just
Well, you know, like in the Fool's Journey, dude, this is so appropriate. In the Fool's Journey, you know, the Fool has made it all the way up. He's made it through the devil and beat his addiction and gone out through there. And he's like done the hanged man. He's looked back on his whole life and like looked at every tragedy, everything he screwed up, everything, the whole 9 yards. Owns it all now. So he leaves the devil and he makes his escape from that. And winds up at the tower, and it's now like this pile of rubble there. And he realizes that it represents his life and his learning, and the tower are the things he's built on a faulty foundation. You know, so it kind of represents that moment where the lightning hits and you go, oh my God, I've been living this like lie in so many ways, you know, and I built this whole like reality based on stones that were not secure. And when the lightning hit and the first little rubble, you know, everything's blown up, and that represents the home as well, you know. Yeah, as a magical person, as a practitioner, you know, that card is usually kind of a negative card because things get blown up. But you know, if you're the lightning, it's a whole different meaning to that card. But we won't get into that right now.
if you're the what?
The lightning.
If you're the lightning and not the tower, it takes on a whole
You're the
different.
lightning that destroyed the tower.
Oh, well, can I transmute myself into the lightning? Tell me more about this lightning.
Absolutely. All you have to do is choose and charge it. Pretty simple. Anyway, the tower thing, that you'll see that played out again and again and again. In the Fool's Journey, it's not like you take it once. It's like you finish the Fool's Journey. Yeah, you're at the universe. I've got all the marbles and all these tools. That just means you get to go start a new Fool's Journey with all those tools. So it's a continual evolution, which I find infinitely fascinating. Drives me crazy. It's just so beautiful. Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly right.
So tonight's show's about the King of Cups. The King of Cups, the king of creativity, man. So I thought it would be apropos that you're here. And for those of you who don't know Jesse's
I know about that.
Talented musician. He's deeply involved in graphic novels and a whole host of other things, producing and
I make things.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it would be super appropriate to have him on tonight for the King of Cups. So let's show that card and start talking about that. And if you would do the honors, in our mode. Hey, I see Debbie's here with us tonight. Debbie got a twofer. She got both the decks, man.
Oh, nice. I remember last week. Yeah.
Yeah, just got them in her hand. I'm really excited for her.
Yeah. This card's so freaking beautiful.
Hold on,
they're all freaking beautiful. And and like you see different things.
Every time we look at them, we see different things.
Well, and the size that you look at it too changes. Can you make that smaller?
Smaller?
Yeah.
It was really cute, Brian. I saw somebody do light painting in front of an empty pool.
I can't really.
And they painted a bunch of little kids playing in the pool.
Yeah.
Cute. I can't make that smaller. Why do you want?
That's all right. Let's blow it up.
I could blow it up for sure.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're up its nose. Now it looks like a
There's
crab.
The king.
Now it looks like a cicada. See, look, now it looks like a scorpion. Look, see, it looks like something different every time I look at it. It looks like a raccoon. It looks like an alien. It looks like a roach. Are roaches aliens?
Maybe.
Did you want me to read the
please do.
All right, so I'm going to read it. I have it here. I don't have it on the screen. I guess I could put it on the screen, but creativity, artistic ability, and broad intuition are what the Knight of Cups is all about. He has balanced his mind and his heart, and he has achieved compassion and wisdom. That wisdom is wisdom gained from experience. He has seen it all. Nothing shocks him. He is mature and experienced in the ways of the world, which has mellowed and balanced his wide point of view. He has few enemies and detractors. His emotions no longer control him. They serve him. He has become calmer, more understanding. Consequently, he has become more tolerant and sympathetic with others. He is an excellent listener, evaluating all sides before reaching a fair and diplomatic solution. His easygoing demeanor makes the advice he gives seem as sage as the wisdom of a good friend, and so it makes it easy to follow that advice. His calm energy spreads to others around him, creating a general atmosphere of tranquility and peace. He is a stabilizing, calming influence in all the lives he touches, and people seek his counsel. His intuitive vision is extreme. People seek his visionary abilities because he sees what others don't.
Yeah, so
well, thanks.
Well, this card, talks about a person that has, he's the King of Cups. It's the king of emotions. So now, instead of emotions and all those cards along the way running him and dictating what his life is about, he now is in charge of those and can see those and have that empathy for others. Yet he's still like in this dispassionate zone where it's like using those emotions and not having those run amok, and he uses that as well to inform his creativity, and the things he creates are born out of a maturity and a vision of the world that has many, 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 many layers.
That's funny. Can I point out, because it says there on the card, it says what is it? Enthusiastic if aroused. And your decks are filled with little nuggets like this, and that is so right on. This is like
Well, that has unlike just like most everything else on the deck, it has a lot of layers. So take that as you will.
Totally, totally. And Jilly says, "I love the video." She was a fan of The Promised Land.
oh, thanks, Julie.
Jesse's got some really amazing music. If this is the first time you're seeing Jesse's music, definitely just search Jesse Blaze Snider because he's got a really wide landscape of different types of
No, we
music.
should play something else, dude. We should play another one. Maybe we should
guys.
end the show like that. I think
you know what? I was actually thinking of it as it was playing. I think that people who are watching us live probably get to see it, but people who are watching the replay will probably be muted just because it's probably copyrighted. But maybe not. Who knows? So
well, then that's their loss. They should turn.
Yeah, they should have been here. They should have been here live.
No reason to penalize the people that showed up.
Cool. All right, you want to go through the other cards? You want to take a look at the other cards?
Yeah, let's take a look at the King of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy, dude. I love this.
Look at this.
I mean, it's the wands. It's the suit of fire.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just like the King of Cups is now in command of his emotions, the King of Wands is in command, perfect command of his energy and what he does with it and where that goes. And to see that guy sitting there radiating that flamey white, beautiful juice. Just makes me want. Well, I have before, honestly. I mean, you can take that card and really like focus on it and light that stuff up and take a really wonderful sip. It is amazing, amazing, pure, just juicy, yummy energy.
Well, and again, it's that thing of all the many different points of reference and, crossing lines and whatnot. Your brain can really see a lot of different things all at once. All of a sudden, I'm seeing a scary monkey face right now made of humans. Like it really is.
Well, you start traveling around on the astral, things don't look like pretty people. Nothing does. And when it just is energy.
Bryan, how did you make this image?
It's incense smoke. It's a shot of incense smoke cut in half and mirrored.
That's it.
I lit that. I took each one of the cards and I used incense that was appropriate to that particular card, and I just charged it with everything I had, with what I knew of it, and just asked for that archetype to show up and inform me and to be in the incense smoke. And I just started shooting until my solar plexus went, wow, you're done. Or I got too exhausted.
It's just there's just so many pictures in one picture.
Every time we look through it. I just want to acknowledge Inga out there saying it can be felt that because of his wisdom, he can extend further in his channeling, and because of his demeanor and maturity in spirit also allows him further. Yeah, that's wonderful insight. Thank you, Inga.
Welcome, Inga.
Yeah,
nice comment. Thank you.
It just goes to show how we're just math.
Oh, we are. This is just a meat sack, dude. Our real body is pure energy and light. It has nothing to do with this temporary little shell that we're in.
No, but I mean, the smoke is just this wavy, and then you double that, and then it's a human.
Yeah, but it's not just because it was the smoke. It got formed with energy. Energy can do anything. If you can wield your energy with intent, pretty much anything is possible.
Yeah, totally. Amazing.
Can we zoom in on that one?
Absolutely.
Before we go by?
Absolutely. I could even go a little
pretty
closer.
chock full.
It's ridiculous. I mean, every time we go into these images, it's like Jesse was just doing, like, it's a jaguar, it's a monkey, it's a record. It's like you see so many things, and then
it's Shrek.
It's Shrek.
It's Shrek, Michael.
And then I love when I can see like I see like almost like samurai kind of imagery, you know, like masks and like ancient imagery.
It's a goat man.
The whole card just feels on fire to me, which I just love.
It's amazing. Yeah, it is really.
Ooh, it's a bat.
I see the bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their faces and their figures and their
And it's a tiger.
yeah.
So every time you look at it, you can find something new. As many as tens of, like, it's going on 11, 12 years now for this. I've like looked at it tens of thousands of times. I do multiple readings every day, and I'm
You're
still
so
finding
fucking
new
rad.
stuff.
Do you do smoke readings, Brian?
Say again?
Do you do readings with smoke?
I do readings with, yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I do pretty.
Oh,
pretty
cool. What
much.
kind of reading do you do with the smoke? Can you tell me about it?
Oh, with smoke?
Yeah.
No, I don't do readings with
Like
smoke.
read
Oh,
smoke,
okay.
like read the smoke.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
It's a little different.
So, yeah, let's go on to the King of Swords.
Oh yeah.
It looks like death is rubbing a dead Egyptian lady's nipples.
You know, it's funny. That's what I see too.
And he's pulling her energy out of her eyes and tweaking her nipples. He's just like, give me your
real
energy.
eyes happening in this are just crazy to me, man. They're right in the middle of the handle. Yeah.
This one is so neat and so different too.
And it just looks like this wise old man that's
Yeah,
on a sword.
It's funny. I remember thinking, well, they must get similar very quickly, and that is not the case.
No, not the case at all.
They are all fucking unique, and you've really picked great angles and whatever else to put them in.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's really great. They're so fucking cool, man.
It's so great. We've got a year of shows and we're still not even done. That's how awesome it is.
So this card, okay, like the King of Wands is the mastery of energy. The King of Cups is the mastery of emotions and creativity. And the King of Swords is the mastery of mental machinations.
It's a freaking stormtrooper. No, it's Darth Vader.
Anything that has to do with plans, with any kind of mental, like, machinations at all. He's the guy. This is not an emotional guy. This is not a guy you're going to go to and plead your case based on, oh man, give me a break. If you don't have facts, if you don't have reason, like, don't show up. Or it's
yeah, there he is, Darth Vader.
Yeah, pretty much. Except he's not really the dark side. He just doesn't go for bullshit.
He's going to suck your energy out of your eye sockets and tweak your nipples.
Oh my god, you're funny. All right, so
that's what he's doing. Some knight he turned out to be.
So, by the way,
me too.
By the way, if you guys have comments, like Inga got another great comment here, seeing him gathering the highest mental wisdom. Yeah, I can.
That's exactly right.
That's right. That's
exactly right.
He's gathering the highest mental wisdom. Gathering it.
Jesse's a little obsessed, I think. All right, so we've still got the wands.
Well, hold on before we move off of that.
Okay.
He is really about logic and reason and all things about the mind. All right, let's cruise.
Right, and Inga
grabbing a water.
That's great. Your cards are amazing and very easy to read. Yeah, that's it for sure. I mean, I was telling a woman today, Raven Adams, I think we might have her on the show as well, about these cards and all of the different divination systems that are represented and all of the symbology and just how incredibly thorough these cards are. I've told the story here before. They made me take a step back from wanting to make a deck of tarot cards of my own until I really could understand what's going on. And I think I might have to actually watch the Fool's Journey season 1 over and over.
Debbie just started, man, and she's gone back through every show. I think she's on like 9 or 10 or something right now.
That's awesome.
It's cool. It's finally reaching some people, which I'm very, very excited about. Like, wow, it's really refreshing to see it finally like take root a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it must be. So
let's go on to the King of Pentacles.
We have The King of Pentacles. Wow.
Dun. So he's the king of earth, of all things earth and material. So you want somebody to help you find your riches, there you are. That's the guy to do it. He's the guy with the plan in the real world. It's not about thinking, it's not about emotions, not about the energy to do that. He's kind of like the sum of all of those, and is able to materialize things at will and make things happen.
I
So
see, yes, a businessman, heavy, dull in material, ingenious, single-minded, exacting.
he's the guy you want helping you make money.
Yeah. Nice. I want to pull the Knight of Discs when I do my readings then.
I should go pull myself a single tarot card, and you should pull up that one.
It's a good one to pull. That one or the Ten of Pentacles, man. Every time I pull the Ten of Pentacles, I do a little Snoopy dance. Anything's about lasting, abiding, abundant, so much money I can't spend, property, everything you could ever want, and enough money to give away and to give to your kids, man. I mean, that's
nice.
hard.
And Debbie got that card today, she said.
Woohoo!
Nice.
There you go. The King of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles, Debbie?
Yeah. By the way, just so people don't get confused, you're referring to it as the king, but it says knight. So in your deck,
that's correct. I try not to confuse people, but I do anyway. I followed I read with the Crowley deck for the longest time, and he made those associations. So it's the prince, the princess, the prince, the queen, and the knight in my deck. So the knight is the king.
Oh, and Jesse looks like he just grabbed a deck, his Akashic deck.
10. Good for you, Debbie. Woohoo! Put that on the bottom of your deck when you put it to sleep.
I got the Master Arcana 19
showing on the bottom of your deck.
I got the Master Arcana 19.
What'd you pull?
Master Arcana 19.
Yeah, what's the name of the moon?
Oh, it's Reflection. It's my birthday. It's 19. It's an Akashic Records, an Akashic Tarot.
Interesting.
Well, 19 is my birthday. Let's see. It says Reflection.
J-Lo, what's up? Wow, everybody showed up, man. I'm so happy.
Yeah, we're having a party. All right, so let's hear what Jesse's pulled for himself here.
Yes. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over or by water. More important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. This also would be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychology and spiritual arts. If you have such an interest, your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you will be guided to greatness.
I like that card.
I'll take it.
Well, that's the moon in the regular tarot. That's a cool card. Yeah, that card has a little depending on what's around it. If you just picking it like that, that's really awesome. It's like great dreams and opens up your psychic abilities, and a lot of artists go there to get inspiration. It's really super cool. But if you're doing a spread and you get some wobbly cards around that, man, it can represent terrors and paranoia and all kinds of really gooky stuff. So
wow.
The moon is always, it's always a mystery. You never know what you're going to get.
I have been put through a series of uncomfortable situations, and I realize it's because I don't like to be uncomfortable. So, so I'm like, in order to get me over it, I've been in like stuck in like the series of ongoing uncomfortable,
Well,
and
aren't you starting to realize, man, that like the older you get, you
I'm
go, the
working on
things that you really fear the most are the things that you like magnetize to show up to you.
Oh, absolutely. I was so like sworn against my kids ever spending any time away from me. And I've been having to spend a lot of time away from my kids, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like I totally magnetized the fear, and I've been like just like living all my greatest nightmares, but
Interesting.
in that getting over them.
Well, the truth. Okay, this is just my truth. I don't put this on anyone else, but this is my truth. Like all those traumas and all those things that come along just tear your heart out and are really, really difficult. I've got a trauma train if I chose to pull all of those cars, but you can take those things and transmute those things into learning and to burning off stuff on you that isn't important anymore, and learning out of that takes you to another level of understanding in your evolution, and you attract a whole new group of things based on that frequency. So ultimately, for me, I believe I'm pretty much responsible for whatever's taken place in my life, by
Well, I
my
mean, that's what you have to do. I tell my
needing those
kids,
lessons and even the
yeah,
hard stuff, man.
you always, yes, no matter what happens, even if it's really bad, then somebody else did something terrible to you, you can only take, responsibility for whatever your part might be in it, just even if it's being the wrong place, or just because you have to own your experiences. I had somebody got very triggered the other day on the internet because I was trying to tell this person that you know they were going to be in this like loop, if they didn't transcend, some of the ways that they were believing. And and somebody else came along and was like, oh my God, how dare you not validate their suffering and what. And I wasn't not validating their suffering. They were a chronic pain sufferer, and I was totally with them. And I was like, you got to try to look at this maybe a couple other ways, because I'd love to see you not be in pain anymore. And then somebody came over to yell at me because from my spiritual perspective I was being insensitive to them, and it was like,
sorry.
yeah. That's basically what I said. I said I don't know what's happened that makes this so triggering to you, but I love you and I'm sorry.
That's it. Everybody takes it from their own energy, and if they're getting triggered, that's probably
all those things are jail cells. They're bars on your jail cell. They keep you wrapped up and closed into this little box where everything has to be exactly like this, or else I'm gonna freak. Sorry, no,
Totally.
I don't want jail cells. By
Well,
the way,
it's funny
I want
too.
to give some props. Jilly's been making these really cool things called orbs.
Oh, hold on a second. Let's make those bigger. Yeah, those are awesome.
Well, they got quartz crystals. They got all kinds of cool stuff. And
Cool.
we're doing some experimenting with them. And if you get a chance, I think she's starting to shop these around. So if you see some around, grab them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, Jilly, I would love that. I would love to have a couple of those over here. Wink, wink. I'd love to see you, Jilly. I would love to see it. But those are cool. Yeah, I love. Jilly does some amazing stuff. She's she's powerful, pretty orgs. Beautiful. And,
so Jesse, do you have a favorite card in the deck?
The Fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because of the meaning or the art on
it? It's because of the meaning. I mean, my dream when I was younger was to be a comedian. And I'm like, I take my creative process very seriously, though. I'm a Virgo, and I'm a Virgo in like 6 houses or something like that, which is like allegedly unheard of. So
what's your rising sign?
I don't remember. My sister did my chart a while ago. She was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen somebody with so many placements in their sign before. You must be the most over scrutinizing person
You
on the
know,
planet."
Jesse, do your rising sign after 40 years of doing it, I think that's more important than what your sun sign is. I think your sun sign is kind of like the broad focus. Here's kind of like your general way of being. But I
Mhm.
think when you really want to fine tune how you act on a daily basis, your sun sign tells you more, informs that more.
Oh
Just
yeah.
check that out and see if you feel the same way.
Okay, I'll find out.
Well, Julie says she's on her way. We'll see
On
you
my
soon,
way.
Julie. Awesome. Wow. So what else have we got going on, Bryan? We've got Jesse here with us. Let me close
Well,
out
I
my
kind of wanted
window.
to hear what other new projects you've got. I mean, you're always like working on a comic book, something, man. So, like, what's
Oh well,
coming up
we
on the
just
plate?
wrapped up King of Kings on Kickstarter, and so we raised like 6,000 something bucks, which is great. And now I'm
For a new
working.
comic book, for a new book.
Yeah, so it's I mean it's a book that's been in the works for years now, and it's finally coming out after 12 years in the works, and we made enough to start coloring and working on the second issue, and going to do that one not next but coming up. But we're doing a really funny book called "Fucking for Our Future," and that's what I'm working on right now. And it's basically on planet Glon 1,000 years ago, the men and the women separated, and the women used their sex robots to plow and make the northern hemisphere habitable for themselves, and wait on them hand and foot so they can learn and enrich themselves, and they've become a wonderful society over 1,000 years. But their cloning machines aren't working anymore, and now they have to go and get sperm samples from the men who spent the past 1,000 years de-evolving themselves with genetic manipulation into giant Bigfoots with penises that hang down to the floor, because they swore that there would never be any penis envy ever again. So each generation's penis is slightly larger than the last, and now some of them have had to even go into the ocean because their penises are just too large to walk around. So now these little itty bitty petite,
Giving away a lot of the story.
well, that's okay.
Okay.
It's so fun. So now these little itty bitty petite people have to get into this power armor and go out into the woods and try to attract these men who aren't interested in them. It's essentially like a Roadrunner cartoon where the women are the Wile E. Coyote and the men are the Mimi, because they have no interest in sex anymore. So it's a cautionary tale for the men and the women on planet Earth of what we could be dealing with 1,000 years from now if we don't get it together. Just come together as men and women. Just like
Awesome.
Interesting stuff. So this is I was able to grab this. This is some artwork from King of Kings, and that story is also pretty interesting. I don't know if you want to tell that story, Jesse, but
oh well, you can't get it anymore right now. So like I feel bad. This other one is going to be coming. But King of Kings, you will be able to get it when we come back around for the second issue, which will be, I don't know, probably 6 months from now. But it's the story of the King of Kings tournament, which is held every 100 years to determine the reigning ideology of the day. Guess who's been winning? Jesus and the Apostles, who's like loosely based on Iggy and the Stooges. But like, this is more than a battle of the bands. It's a battle and then bands. And like, because the whole thing about religion is like, the only way you get to sing your sermon on the stage is if you beat the hell out of the other people sometimes. So, this is like a whole sort of lampooning of organized religion all around planet Earth. And, there's 16 different religions in the tournament. The Norse gods are trying to get revenge on Catholicism for the Northern Crusades. Jesus is like a heel kind of character. And then Scientology is our villains. It's all rather fun.
I love King of Kings. I'm fortunate enough that I have a copy. But
So what's happened musically with you, Jesse?
Well, I'm I'm still just we're still deciding how we have a whole bunch of things recorded. My band Dilf USA, and we've got a cover, a mashup cover of Two Live Crew's "We Want Some Pussy" to AC/DC's TNT, and it came out awesome and hysterical. And we're shooting a really funny video for it on like the 29th or something of this month. So I'm about to go to do that. And then we have another video that's been in the works that was in support of the strike. Since the strike is over, there's something that I kind of want to do that's I think is closer to what I feel. I want to what do you think of this, Brian and Michael? I want to shoot 3 guys in suits going into the meeting of the SAG people, right? And they sit there, and it says day 1, and he writes up a thing and he shows it to him, and the guy it says 200 and something days, and then back to work, and then he goes, and they shake hands, and now it's day 2, and they're playing Yahtzee. Day 3, and they're playing Monopoly. Day 4, and it's life. And on it goes for the whole thing, and they're just playing games and getting drunk and wasted and whatnot. And they finally come out, we've come to a decision.
The king of kings, the creativity, king of creativity, king of cups. That's what I meant to say.
Indeed. So I just did a quick little 3-card pull.
Okay.
And I pulled the Fool, the 6 of Pentacles, which is somebody giving you some money they can spare, and the 3 of Wands, which is you up on the cliff overlooking the bay, seeing your ship's about to come in. So, woohoo!
Ooh, that's a good pull.
Yeah,
I've been feeling like that's true. It's just sort of like I think the madness comes on as you really get towards the end. Just like flickering bursts of old thoughts and old energy, and just coming to test you one last time to make sure. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
You actually can get to the other side of some of those eeventually.
I've
gotten to experience a couple of them of late, and it's quite amazing. Like, wow, I never thought that would happen.
Well, I mean, things are going really wonderful for me right now. But energetically, I've been just trying to like overcome. I think it's a lot of it's what do you call it? Past life damage to my heart, like things that I can't even understand. So they've made the intensity that I feel certain things so big that like I don't even fucking understand how how big I feel. So I'm like, it's like a lot of like trying to I don't know how to say. Slowly but surely heal myself.
Have you gotten into any work with your aura, with your light body?
I was doing a little qigong for a little while, and I loved it, and I just haven't been keeping up. But
have you tried to develop your ability to see it?
A little bit I have, like, and I mean by a little bit, consistent effort over time here, there, at various times, but I've never had much luck.
It'd be a really, really great thing for you to do.
Yeah, no, I really want to be able to.
It's the thing that informs that's where all the disease, that's where everything that happens in your body starts. And if you can address stuff out there in your light body before it ever hits your body, then you're way ahead of the game, dude. Yeah. And if you're only treating the stuff that's in your body without addressing what happened and the root cause of it in your light body, then it's a temporary fix at best. Wow. So you're a seeker, dude. You've got abilities, man. Try to like open that up. And if you want, dude, I've taught a lot of people how to get to that. So we can have a conversation later if that's something of interest. But yeah, I think you would really enjoy that, dude. It opens up, like it's like looking at the world in black and white, and all of a sudden, like in the Wizard of Oz, you're in Munchkin Land. It's in color. It's like it changes the way you perceive everything now. Yeah, it's not just your art; it's everybody else's, and the energy on the trees, and it's like, ooh. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, totally. I feel that. I totally feel that. So we have like 10 minutes left. Do you have, I know you are the wizard and you have tons of tricks, like tips and tricks, right? Almost. Do you want to go through an exercise? Do you have something that you want to do? I know we were talking earlier about, doing some energy.
I didn't really have anything prepared for tonight, but
Well, wait a second. I can share that song was called "Running with the Money," which I think we're going to release for the SAG thing. And then we have this other great song coming out called "We Gave an Alligator Mushrooms" that I think you're going to really like. Okay, continue.
Thank you.
little plug.
Well, I was going to start with a prayer of gratitude to the source, but let's just go to the videos.
Let's play.
Let's go to the videos.
Okay,
so
let's go to the videos.
Let's do the gratitude to the source.
All right, so hold on. I don't have it quite ready. Let me see. I have. There was a great video that we actually shot here. Let's see if I can find it quickly and get it up. I didn't download it, so we're gonna play it this way. And why can't I find it? Give me a moment here. So this was actually an interesting story. Jesse, why don't you tell the story of it was COVID, who did the song, why we did the video the way we did?
Oh, well, I did the whole album that Come With Me If You Want to Live with my buddy Michael Naranjo. And he and I have never been in a room together. We did it all over the interwebs. And we did the music video the same way. And it was during COVID, and we shot it over here at Michael's apartment. And then everybody else shot themselves separately in front of a white screen so that we could put it all together. And it came out pretty good. It came out pretty good.
All right, I've got it here. Present screen. Share audio. Share. There we go. Excellent. And here we go, folks. Enjoy.
Come on. Yeah. You're not a human being, you're just a piece of meat. You only grew to this lion just so he could eat. Been hungry for so long, but when I hear my song, I know this ring is the only place I belong. I'm in the beginning of killing for a living. I'm breaking the hearts of innocent women. I'm tired of losing, won't get tired of winning. This time tomorrow, no sorrow, I'm grinning. Just wait till that bell rings. Blood, sweat, and tears all stay. I've given everything. Just wait till that bell rings. Yo, I'm tearing down this wall. You're just a brick in it. Turned all the others to rubble. I'm here to finish it. Been locked up in this cage. Don't know a life without it. But when I break out and shake up, you know you'll hear about it. In the beginning, had no interest in winning. Just a fist to the face and permission for sinning. But now I see what you got of everything you've been bringing. And I'm beginning to think winning is what I've been craving. Not misbehaving. I'm on the straight and narrow. Shooting through to your car, cause I'm a bow and arrow. I got a full quiver. I will deliver. Block out the whole sky with my hair trigger. Just wait till that bell rings. Blood, sweat, and tears all sting. I've given everything. Just wait till that bell rings. I'm like a man on a mission, a god with a vision. Born into this prison, I cannot risk this decision. I'm on the kick up a storm, hurricane without warn. While your vision is blurring, keep worrying worse than before. Just wait till that bell rings. Blood, sweat, and tears on me. I've given everything. Just wait till that bell rings.
Yeah. Nice.
Who was that angry guy?
Why is still playing?
You
Oh,
should take a
oh, it's still playing. Yeah,
Well,
that was great.
Just so you know, I've been not feeling good all day long, but I rallied for you, Bryan, because I love you.
heartfelt.
But that's also why I'm a little bit of a zombie on what Mucinex or whatever the hell it is that I'm taking.
Well, I'm very, very, very happy that you showed up and shared this kind of a momentous kind of the end of the journey for in a way. And I'm happy you were at the beginning, and I'm happy you shared the end with us too, man. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Here we go again on your home.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I gotta say, much appreciation to both of you gentlemen. Jesse, you are just an amazing inspiration to me. And Jesse needs kill juice. Jesse needs kill juice. Kill juice is a recipe Bryan has. That's thank you
for the compliments.
Oh, but you too, Bryan. It's been just so great working with you, getting to know you. I can't wait to see what's ahead with some of these ideas we've been talking about, Death Valley and all of that stuff. Is that just sounds amazing, so
it's a
but
fun road, man. We'll see.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So next week you said we're going to be doing a marathon, huh?
Next week we're going to do a marathon. We're going to do the swords and the pentacles.
Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you filling your wall with diagrams and bringing us into another magical realm for sure.
Listen, I just have to say, man, that was so cool to see J-Lo and Jilly and like Deb and
absolutely. Oh, another
J-Lo was here.
Yeah, J-Lo was here.
Inga, man, really cool.
Much gratitude, so much gratitude for everybody who shows up here.
Yeah,
and gives us energy and brings their energy to the table. Inga and Debbie, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.